guy must die. Nice guy must die. Nice guy must die.
That's scary. What do you mean, nice guy must die?
House from the street. Here is my car.
That's New York, is it? But this yellow down here, I might be wrong. Pennsylvania? I kind of know my states, chat. Honey be traveling?
This is a 2-bedroom brick ranch.
Yeah, because that yellow is throwing me off. Because this could be New York, but that might be Pennsylvania or Nebraska. Not Nebraska. I don't know.
Located.
It's the final day of February 2008. A 47-year-old man living in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania named...
Give it to me. I said, give it to me. I said, give it to me, nigga.
George Sedini publishes his very first video to YouTube under the channel MOS B46PGH.
Gary.
I paid $79,000 for this in 1996. That's considered a lot, believe it or not.
79
The upload, titled How George Pittsburgh Lives, was almost like an old school house tour of sorts, as George proudly displays the outside of his home.
Yeah, old school Amityville horror.
Before then doing the same inside.
Open it up. Oh, someone left it unlocked. That's not good.
Is that fire?
Okay. Pan to the other side.
Seemingly making a point of mentioning every minute feature in the otherwise dim and empty home.
Here's my big screen TV. It's my computer, couch and chair. They match. Dining room set. Shoebox full of old pictures.
To anyone who may have stumbled upon this strange video or Sedini's channel in general back in 2008, it would likely come off as entirely uninteresting and far from anything disturbing. However, to those who find it today, this couldn't be more different, as the account carries with it a layer of disturbing context due to the events that transpired.
This music is fucking scaring me, nigga.
After this first video was published, events that have since transformed the MOS B46 PGH page into one of YouTube's darkest channels.
What?
Please meet every woman's dream.
Do something so she remembers your name.
Keep your mate with you. Make sure he's someone you can trust. Be careful, is all I can say.
I'm gonna post this and see what comes back.
Crazy, I just told that story about how I got a free cookie at Subway. And then I see this. I definitely was thinking like, did he do something to this cookie, nigga? Well, mind you, I think that guy was the owner of that Subway too.
I'm sure most of you guys have heard about the TikTok ban at this point. And honestly, there's something about it that's been bothering me. You or I could do a simple Google search and in the matter of seconds find countless different data broker websites where you can buy pretty much anyone's personal the news at leak, phone number, data, price, or data. They an eye on the heads up and price Crowley in his flow. Protect yourself today.
Little hallway, 2 bedrooms. 2 bedrooms. To the right is my bedroom.
Without any context, it's hard to know what the purpose of George Sedini's first video was, if it even had one at all. The entire thing just felt so
creepy.
random. But within the footage itself was one clue that hints at the fact that George actually had a very specific reason for uploading this, with that clue coming in the form of a book on his coffee table.
Okay, come over here. There's some reading material that we're all familiar with.
It was called How to Date Young Women for Men Over 35, which was about as creepy as it sounded.
My first guest today is a 51-year-old bachelor who says if you're a single woman over 30, you're a dating has-been. Please meet every woman's dream, Don Steele.
Its author, Don Steele, had made a living as a dating counselor and life coach, creating various books and programs that were geared towards socially awkward men, exploiting them with the promise that someday they'll be able to get the younger girl of their dreams, even after they reached middle adulthood, and all that they had to do was pay for his course, pay for the book, and dedicate themselves to becoming more desirable. And George Sedini was the perfect target. Despite having a successful career as a systems analyst at a law firm, he struggled to maintain any relationships with the women that he met. It had been well over a decade since he last had a girlfriend, and
he had them in a way.
Despite desperately wanting one, George just seemed to lack the ability to connect with women on any level, even as just friends. And as his isolation began to grow, so too did his obsession with finding a girlfriend. George had nearly
That be the thing. You gotta love yourself first. We can tell when y'all don't love yourself. And then, oh, you just want my fucking money. Do you love yourself? I remember I asked a guy that, he was scared. He was like, damn, you marriage material, and I ain't ready for that, shawty. I'm like, okay, then I'm not gonna talk to you. Like, what the fuck? I'm looking for marriage. The fuck? I'm about to be dating. This coming from somebody that my mama was celibate. She was married 3 fucking times, nigga. All the men she dated, she married them. Okay, so I'm coming from that background, seeing that, and not being with, not having a, I'm trying to say, a parent that had like different spouses and shit like that. And my dad, I think he was married twice. So I'm come from a married family. So I want to be married. The fuck? I don't want to be going, it's not that important. I don't need sex like that, honestly. So I'm like, I don't have to date, you know? But I forgot how old I was when my dad and mom got divorced. Damn. I think I was 8. I'm 36 now. And my mom, she just passed a few years ago, and she was celibate that whole time. So I'm like, seeing that, having that, seeing my mom having that strength, I know I could do it too. It's easy. It's a piece of cake.
really given up these pursuits.
Especially when they got what? But nah, it's not, sex is not important, chat. Y'all don't need it. But yeah, love yourself first.
Too, until he was introduced to Don Steele's course, viewing the program as his last real shot at human connection, obsessively reading the book to the point that he was supposedly able to recite passages by memory alone.
Damn.
On top of this, he would also attend many of this supposed guru's in-person seminars, with some of his visits even being captured on camera and later posted onto Don Steele's YouTube channel.
It used to be down here. It was called a codpiece, and it's gradually over the years moved up here. So it's red like an erect you-know-what.
They teaching him how to be a fucking horn dog, bro. I'm sorry, they just be exporting these people for money, man. Damn. Some people really be needing that help. That's when it comes to that mental health shit, man.
And it's gradually over the years moved up here. So it's red like an erect you-know-what.
And it was in these courses
Overly
where George was
sexualizing
subjected to
shit.
all sorts of bizarre and unsettling ideology.
Turn around here and look at me, and I'm going to tell you what we're going to do today more than anything.
That's that fucking Dr. Samuel. I'm not even gonna fucking say doctor because I never seen his fucking credentials. That's just like that D. Samuels nigga. That Samuels nigga. I remember my ex listened to that. I was noticing he was watching a lot of those videos and all that stuff. I'm like, yo, you taking what he's saying to heart? Like, you really believe in that stuff? That's when I knew that shit was over, chat. Honestly, that's when I knew that shit was over. And I said it. Like, I'll speak my mind and I'll tell you what I'm thinking. I'm like, yo, you believing in this nigga? Like, where he get his degree from? Online? Like, did he actually go through to be a doctor? Until I see those credentials, he's not a doctor. And you believe in that? And you listen? Because I remember he had said some shit. I'm like, what? That don't make sense. Like, what the fuck? But I'm like, hey, some people, when they don't have a certain figure in their life, they definitely look out, you know, and they see somebody, they pretend to be a father figure, and they'll believe that. That scared the fuck out of me, yo. I'm like, where the fuck did that come from? W points. I gotta go through. Oh, is that the, how about to say Bitcoin? Is that the, I forgot what sound. That's the, what's the name sounds? Okay, W. I'm like, a spank machine. What the fuck is that? I thought one of my videos started playing. But I'm like, you listen to that D. Samuel niggas and you taking that shit to heart? Yeah, God bless you. Sad.
Anything else? We're going to do this. Nice guy must die.
But despite agreeing with this man wholeheartedly and following all of his work, George was still making very little progress, which was evident by the footage of him attending these seminars, as he appears incredibly.
And I'm gonna definitely say a lot of these nice guys be fucking weird. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, I had a few motherfuckers trying to talk to me. I'm like, yeah, nice guys finish last. I said, no, bitch, you're weird. You're not a nice guy. Like, listen, just being nice to get pussy, just being nice to get what you want out of a woman, That's not a fucking nice guy, you fucking idiot. That's where y'all getting this shit fucking wrong. Like, oh, the night I heard so many like turning niggas down and hearing their sly little remarks, and I be like, yes, I'm so happy I listened to my fucking intuition, nigga, because you just want sex. Like, it's disgusting how many. I'm not saying all men, just like a lot of people. Oh, I ain't like all men. This is stamp. You know, stamp a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Copy and paste. Like, I hated hearing that. I ain't like other niggas. They be just like the other fucking niggas. I'm like, but literally, if I'm not like these other girls, and a lot of these niggas seen, but bro, nice guy must die. What kind of bullshit is that?
Nervous and kept me.
Yeah, you're right. Being nice to kiss something must die.
So recognizing that George had much to improve on, he was given an assignment by one of his instructors. He was told to film a video of his house so that the instructors and everyone else in the class could.
Yo, you would love. Where did you get that one from? I don't remember adding that, babe. Yes, King. I know that's right.
See if he was really making himself and his environment desirable enough to any woman who might come over.
Okay, couch and chair, they match. The woman will really be impressed.
Yeah.
Knowing this, the footage feels so much lonelier, as it was almost like he was trying to sell his way of living as being good enough for a partner that he was really no closer to finding. There's something so depressing about it.
And yes, I'm about to say that definitely is depressing. And then, what kind of woman? I'm sure many a times, because he do look kind of handsome. I'm sure some women approached him, you know. But they be wanting a certain kind of woman, like the lady in the street with the freak in the sheets, right? No, they be getting them freaks in the fucking streets and want you to be a fucking lady at the same time. No, you gotta pick which woman you want, man. You can't be going for the wrong woman and expecting something different. Okay, I'm gonna take you, but I want you to be like that. Bitch, she's not like that. Just like I said, I'm not like other niggas. All right, just choose the right woman.
And this wasn't his only video.
Baby.
It is easy for me to hide from my emotions for one more day. Take a long drive in the car, listen to some music.
Man, y'all dads gotta start being these kids' lives, please. Please.
Daydream, or just do some mundane task around the house that really doesn't need to be done, that's not too important. And there you go, one more day. And one more day turns into one more year.
Months later, on June 23rd, 2008, George would return with an upload he had filmed inside of his basement. And in it, we get more insight on just how severe his isolation had become, though he still held on to a sliver of optimism thanks to Don Steele's course.
Now, RDS says that I have approximately maybe 15 more years to be successful at this. And when I heard that, I wanted to continue immediately to start moving on this. I didn't realize I had that much time. So my objective is to be real and to learn to be emotional and to be able to emotionally connect with people.
Before he eventually reverts back to talking about
people like them, they need therapy. Not these gurus, nigga.
About his uncanny desire to find a younger woman.
Because when I'm 10 to 20 years older than she is, she has to feel good about this thing.
Ending the video with hints of an uncertain future.
I'm going to post this and see what comes back.
See what comes back.
He would never upload again.
Damn.
And soon after, it appears George gave up trying, essentially accepting his life of loneliness. But while this would be the last video made to his channel, he wouldn't leave the internet entirely.
Uh-oh.
Soon after this final video was posted, a website was launched called GeorgeSedini.com, which served as a place for George to blog about his emotions. And while something like this could have been .com, which served as
Y'all searching that up, chat? Because I ain't. Foot. 48? Damn, you 48 and still ain't have a fucking clue about women? It'd be like that.
a place for George to blog about his emotions, and while something like this could have been beneficial for him, this website would instead only serve to capture his descent into madness. An immediate red flag was raised by the very first text you see on the website, as George
Date of
wrote,
death?
"Why do this? To young girls? Just read below. I kept a running log that includes my thoughts and actions after I saw this project was going to drag on, with the line serving as some sort of bizarre disclaimer, though with no other context. George's entries began. December 22nd, 2008. Time is moving along. Plan to have this done already. I will just keep a running log here as time passes.
Real quick. I'm about to do some math to see how old this nigga would be now if he ain't dead. That was 2008. Right, and he was 48 plus 17. He'll be 65 now? Damn. I was 19 when when you talk about this
Many
vlog.
of the young girls here look so beautiful as to not be human. Very edible. After joining
Hey, edible. Horny. Oh, yeah. I was about to say this real quick. That definitely, I don't know if I could say the word, but you know, corn, it definitely really does something to people mental. Like, I remember my ex, he was definitely addicted to that shit when I first was talking to him and stuff. And that was one of my ultimatums. I'm like, yo, if you want to be with me, you got to stop watching that shit. Because I'm not doing what these bitches do on this shit. And you watching enough, you going to want that. I ain't doing that shit, nigga. The fuck? I seen some of that shit. Like, I don't know what it is about that. It's uncomfortable to me. I guess because how I was raised to not watch that stuff. So when I'm telling you, I still to this day, if I go to watch it, I'm like these. I don't need nobody seeing it. You know, it's sacred. And I don't even watch it long. I just look, and I get off of it. You know what I'm saying? I be helping at my grown age. I be like that. That's why I'm so happy that stuff is off my Twitter feed. Like at one point, it was crazy on my feed. I'm not. Of course, when I go to try to show somebody some shit and that's on there, I'm like, yo, I don't look at this stuff. But you know when it stop following certain people that be, we sharing that shit. You know what I'm saying? If I had somebody that would share it or like it, because you know how they started. Oh, that's what I think it was. That stopped showing people likes. I think that's when it stopped. When Twitter stopped showing people likes, because when people would like shit, it'll show up on your main feed, like so-and-so like this. I'm like, why am I seeing this shit? What the fuck? Like, if I wanted to see that, I'll go to a website. Why am I trying to see? I don't want to see that. You know what I'm saying? But it's just really uncomfortable for me. So, yeah, I'm like, yeah, you got to get rid of that stuff, bro. And then the ones you look at, I'm like, she looks nothing like me. Not saying that the stars got to look like you, but my color, nigga. Come on, man. Come on. Common sense, nigga. I don't look like that. My shit not gonna look like that. You gonna think it's gonna look like that. The two shades are different, nigga. I'm talking about hypothetically, nigga. But the fuck? I mean, this dumb bitch who's trying to it always be the other race that don't know certain races' body anatomy. You know, they try to tell you how your shit's supposed to look or how your shit look. And I'm like, how you gonna tell me? I'm like, is that a trick for me to show you my shit? Like, they could keep imagining you fucking weirdo. I remember this one boy, he's like, I heard that black girl stuff looks like roast beef. I started laughing. I was like, what the fuck? At that point, I didn't know what roast beef looked like, really. So I had to pull up a picture. And I said, who fucking told you that? I said, how about you go try you some? I said, don't your kind like... Damn, that came out wrong. But he was Mexican, not damn. He was a Hispanic mixed with white, I believe. Yeah, because he said his mom was white. And I forgot what he said his dad was. But I think he was Hispanic. But... yeah, I say, bro, don't come for me. Don't fucking come for me, because I could say some shit. But that was an insult, because I'm like, really? That's how you know you don't know. Like, what bitches you messing with that they should look like that? Like, that was disgusting. But I'm like, only thing I say is I thought white guys just had pink penises. Like, come on, man. I seen it on a porno before. Like, what the fuck? Oh, damn, I said today on the corner before. So, I don't know what names I can fucking say because I don't talk like this. So, let's keep watching this damn show. I'm going to cut that shit out.
This gym, started lifting weights and like it. This early post encapsulates what this blog would be focused on. Young women he would see throughout the day, his time at the gym, and his plan. This plan was never expressly stated on the website, but it was something he obsessed over, mentioning it in every single one of his posts and dubbing it the exit plan, even going as far as to provide a date and time for it, January 6th, 2009 at 8:15 p.m. Before this day would come, however, he would provide further insight into just how lonely he was. Moving into Christmas again, last Christmas with Pam was in 1983. Who knows why? I'm not ugly or too weird. No sex since January 1990 either. I was 29. No shit. Over 18 years ago. I actually look good. I dress good. I'm clean shaven, bathe, touch of cologne. Yet 30 million women reject me. Over an 18.
Nigga, how do 30 million? Like, he's exaggerating. Like, he's mad as fuck at this point. For you to say 30 million, nigga, was you on the fucking website? And that motherfuckers were swiping right or left. I don't know which swipe you gotta do. I remember it was so funny. I got so many stories to fucking tell y'all, niggas. Damn. There's one girl in my cooking class. Her ass is really sad because she was on Plenty of Fish, I think it's called. And then she was like, we was in the middle of fucking cooking and shit, and then she checking her phone. I'm like, oh, that's so unsanitary, bitch. What restaurant she must have worked at so I could tell people not to fucking go there? The fuck? And she just on her phone, and she just... And then one girl, she was like, girl, it's gonna be okay. You'll find somebody one day. Of course, she was a little heavier set white girl. But of course she was, I was trying to say, of course she was a little heavier set for her to feel that way. But I'm like, you cute. What the fuck? You don't even look bad. But I'm like, that's when it comes to, again, like, what type of guy you approaching? Like, come on. What guys are you approaching? Like, you approaching people out of your fucking league. And of course they're shutting you down. Like, come on. I'm sure it's plenty of guys wanted to talk to her, but she ill, you know? So, hey, I just thank God I got lucky. Like, I was on, like, my first was a fucking blind date, and I said I would never do that shit again. Cause like, you never seen, like, you see the pictures, then you see them in person, you're like, you don't look like your picture, nigga. Well, maybe I must have been looking at it a certain way, but you gotta, I don't know, but I don't just meet people naturally, like how I met my baby, my love of my life now, W's. And I wasn't even looking. Like, I was about to be super celibate. Like, I wasn't gonna date or nothing. And then she came around. But, bro, yeah. And then you know what happened? I wasn't looking. I was just focusing on myself. So focus on yourself and your person. I know it sounds cliche and everything, but focus on yourself. Love yourself. And people see that about you. And then they start to love you. So just love your fucking self, people, man. Please don't be going on these dating sites and shit. Because the people they put, like my mama said, when you meet somebody, they're showing you their representatives. So they're showing you the best they can. Just like on them interviews. Is you gonna show you gonna be that motherfucker at the, well, I'm about to clock you out. You ain't showing them that nigga in the fucking interview. You know what I'm saying? That's why you have to be friends first. Be friends with the nigga. Stop playing with your body.
Or 25-year period. That's how I see it. 30 million is my rough guesstimate of how many desirable single women there are. With several other posts of the same nature.
That fucking, I'm gonna stop pausing it, but that camera little flicker is scary.
The day eventually came for his big exit plan, January 6th, with George writing one message that afternoon. I can do this. This log is not detailed. It is only for confidence to do this. The future holds even less than what I have today. It is 6:40 p.m., about an hour and a half to go. God have mercy. I wish life could have been better for all, and the crazy world can somehow run smoother. I wish I had answers. Bye. Despite this appearing to be his final post, George Sedini wasn't quite finished, as he would come back only hours later, writing simply, "It's 8:45 p.m. I chickened out. Shit. I brought the loaded guns, everything."
Nigga. I want to say something, but I don't know if it's politically correct. And I'm on Twitch, and I'm on YouTube. But I'm just saying, why take people with you? Don't take people with you. They didn't ask for that. I brought the loaded guns. Not loaded gun, you know. Guns, so you trying to do a shootout, nigga. What?
Whatever George Sedini had been planning that day, it was clear that his exit plan was something incredibly disturbing. And based on his use of guns, plural, it was likely not just an exit plan for himself.
Right, see?
But thankfully, he didn't go through with it. In fact, he seemed to have dropped the plan entirely, as months would go by without any update to his blog. Though this wouldn't last, as in April of 2009, he began posting yet again, with these entries being even more disturbing. July 23rd, 2009. Wow, I just looked out my front window and saw a beautiful college-age girl leave Bob's house across the street.
That's your problem. You're looking at what somebody else have and you want it too. That's not for you, nigga.
I guess you got a good lay today.
And then you fucking 48. Why are you looking for a college girl? What? Let her live her fucking life. You want to be settled down or whatever. You want to feel young again because you realize you're old. Your piece not working like it used to, even though you oiled the motherfucker.
Today, college girls are hoes. I masturbate.
See? When I tell you about that corn, man, leave that shit alone. Most of the time, too, with these obsessed motherfuckers, what do? They resort to doing this. Leave that thing alone. Think's clear. Like, I'm not trying to put people's business out there, but damn, just hearing about people saying how it's this many days since I did that. I'm like, y'all really got an addiction to this? Can't leave your body alone? I remember when I was younger, I couldn't stand cleaning up when my titties are down. But when my breast finally started poking out and stuff, I'm like, you know, I was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just so funny. Like, but just touching on yourself 24/7, nigga.
Frequently. He is about 45 years old. She was long-haired, hot little hottie with a beautiful bod. I masturbate frequently. The strangest part of this entire website was...
Well, I'm not weird, head ass.
According to those he worked with and the neighbors, they all thought George was normal. A little off, sure, but it appeared that these disturbing thoughts and plans were kept solely in his blog and solely in his mind. But on July 28th, 2009, this would all change. George had boarded a Port Authority bus that day and took a seat, carrying with him some sort of duffel bag, and as the ride commenced, he unzipped the bag and began to fiddle with something inside of it. An anonymous man sitting next to him noticed this and curiously leaned over to see what he was doing. In George Sedini's hand was what appeared to be a grenade. The stunned passenger ran off at the next stop and immediately alerted the police. But bizarrely, nothing actually came of this. No explosions happened that day, and upon police eventually tracking down Sedini 2 days later, he was searched, but there was no sign of this supposed grenade. And
I would have screamed that shit and got I would have calmly walked up. I would have climbed it, got up, walked up to the thing, like, can you let me off? And I would have told, he got a so-and-so! And I would have ran off. People,
the man who had reported this incident was unable to positively identify him. And so, George was released, allowing him to continue on with his day, and to continue on with his posting. August 3rd, 2009. I took off today, Monday, and tomorrow to practice my routine and make sure it was well polished. I need to work out every detail. There is only one shot. Also, I need to be completely immersed into something before I can be successful. I haven't had a drink since Friday at about 2:30. Total effort needed. Tomorrow is the big day. Last time I tried this in January, I chickened out. Let's see how this new approach works.
just a cry for help right there. Nobody's seen it. Nobody. I know it's a little blog thing, but come on.
Maybe soon I will see God and Jesus. This was the final update made to GeorgeSedini.com, and unlike his previous attempt at carrying out this exit plan, this time he didn't back out. On August 4th, 2009, George Sedini would enter an LA Fitness in Bridgeville, Pennsylvania, and walk directly into a woman's aerobics class with a duffel bag in his hand. He then dropped his bag on the floor with a loud bang before he closed the door and shut off all the lights. In a moment of darkness and confusion, one witness recalled that she felt the presence of someone who didn't belong there. Before total panic would ensue, everyone was just screaming so loud. At first, I didn't even think shots were being fired. It was so surreal.
Because these people want to go and change their life by working out. Let's finish this video.
George Sedini had brandished two guns
It's pissing me off.
And opened fire on the group of 30.
Oh my God. Probably all the women that he weirdly, while they at the gym trying to work out, trying to talk to them and shit. You know, I'll be back.
Which was entirely the point. In that dark, cramped room.
Damn, wait, it was LA Fitnesses back then? Was it only in LA? I could have sworn I only known about LA Fitnesses in fucking motherfucking probably like 2003. shit, 2023. I didn't know in 2008 they had an LA Fitness. Yeah, because they started making them. I guess it was certain areas because that's in Pennsylvania. But wait, I'm telling you, I don't remember. Probably like 2020, if anything. All right, 2020, because it was Bally's, Fitness USA, and then what's the other one? I know. I'm about to say Planet, but yeah, Planet Fitness, yeah. Now Crunch, but
Discharged his weapon 52 times, striking 12
52?
different women and then himself. Of the injured, 49-year-old Elizabeth Gannon, 38-year-old Jody Billingsley, and 46-year-old Heidi Overmeyer would tragically lose their lives, while the others were left with permanent injuries, both physical and mental. It wasn't hard to find a motive. George had spelled it out right there in his blog. He desired women so much that his inability to ever gain a real connection with any of them turned his infatuation into pure hatred, and this is how he wanted to make them pay. And the ironic part is that this was all so avoidable, as these plans were heavily implied on his website, which had been publicly available online for roughly an entire year, yet no one cared enough about him to ever look.
It is easy for me to hide from my emotions for one more day.
Knowing what we know now, George's channel is
you a piece of shit. I'm sorry, I just want to say that motherfuckers trying to better their life, getting their health together, and you want to just go blah, blah. Take yourself, man. You gotta.
As it shows us a glimpse into a mind on the verge of completely snapping, and a last gasp attempt.
And then, bitch, ain't nobody tell you to buy that fucking whole empty ass house, nigga. Oh, I'm gonna buy the house, then I'm gonna get the woman. No, do it in order. Be your dumb ass out of apartment. Maybe that's how you'll find somebody. Instead of getting a fucking house and it's so fucking empty, and then you see your neighbor, you want everything he got. Fucking loser.
And achieving normalcy by a person
He's
who
a
would
piece
go
of
on
shit.
to become a
He's a
monster
scum.
when he didn't get what he wanted.
Just everything I need. Well, that about sums it up.
Big grown ass nigga.
I am with Lewis. Just having a
48, 45. You grown as hell.
Mark Williams always dreamed of being a YouTuber.
This another. All these different stories. Oh, it looks like it might be 3 different stories. What was the name of this fucking loser story? Nice guy must die. Stupid bitch.
Mark Williams always dreamed of being a YouTuber. He had grown up
Don't blame that shit on YouTube either, because motherfuckers on the vlog, they craziness.
watching parkour content on the site, becoming attached to both its many talented creators and the hobby itself, eventually becoming so inspired by it that he launched his own channel in 2019, at the age of just 15, with Mark hoping that someday this channel would make that dream of his come true. The page went by many names over the years, but eventually Mark would settle on the moniker Displace, and depending on who you ask, his videos were either extremely impressive or extremely irresponsible.
Yeah.
They showed scenes of Mark high atop buildings, jumping rooftop to rooftop, climbing on massive abandoned cranes.
Now that looks
fleeing from
scary.
security guards and the cops on more than a few occasions.
Police are on the way already now.
Yeah, they'll catch me then, won't they?
He think,
Often seen with him was his younger brother, who he
joking.
had grown incredibly close with, which was due in part to the fact that Mark was somewhat of a loner and didn't have many friends in his own personal life. Though according to his mother, this wasn't necessarily by choice, as she explained that he did desperately want friendship, and he was incredibly caring, he just had a habit of making the wrong friends, describing Mark as trusting to a fault.
This is sad.
Mark's longing for camaraderie became especially apparent not long after the launch of
He
Displace,
crying for
as his brother
attention.
slowly began appearing less and less in his videos, forcing him to do these free runs by himself, which he implied was something he didn't enjoy nearly as much.
Because it's dangerous.
Who was part of the channel, Ben? He's not now. I don't think he's coming back at all.
Yeah, so
He ditched
stop.
me, leaving me by myself, and I've got a problem with talking to myself as well.
This, coupled with the fact that he was dealing with the tribulations of growing up, led to his uploads on the channel becoming more and more sporadic, as he would often go dark for a few months, only to return with the promise of more consistent uploads.
Alright guys, don't know if you can see me or not, but I promise you Displace is coming back.
That often never came. It was clear that he still longed to be a YouTuber, he just needed some sort of a spark. And sure enough, at the end of 2020, he would find one right in his own comment section. In a since-deleted video, Mark would receive a comment from a man named Lewis Ashdown, who explained that he was a big fan of Mark's content and that he would love to join him in an upcoming video, as they
Okay, better.
who explained that he was a big fan of Mark's content and that he would love to join him in an upcoming video, as they both just so happened to live in Uckfield. It was exactly what Mark had been needing, a friend, and not only a friend, but a friend he could make videos with. And so that's exactly what he would do.
Hi guys, I'm back here with Lewis, and we're going to do the water treatment facility in Uckfield on the industrial estate. See you in a sec, guys.
From their
Of course
first
he's a
meeting
Call
on,
of
Lewis
Duty
became
player.
a core part of the Displaced channel, leading to the two growing closer by the day, with Mark speaking about this bond on a live stream in March of 2021.
If you're going exploring at an abandoned pub, yeah, keep your mate with you. Make sure he's someone you can trust, you know, and be careful is all I can say. Because in the
They're just bored.
the video where me and Lewis climbed the college, you know, I was constantly looking out for him because he did get dangerously close to some of the edges, but you know, that's what life's about, isn't it?
But despite finding his
No,
new
it's
parkour
not,
partner,
nigga.
Mark still had other issues getting in the way of his uploads, as he was now 18 years old.
Where's these niggas' parents at? Get your ass down from off that building, boy. What the fuck are you doing? Oh. I'm not even gonna go there.
And was facing the reality of having to get a job, forcing him to put his channel on the back burner. Mark discussed this struggle and the many others he was facing at the time in that same March livestream, with his tone about Displace's future sounding less than optimistic.
I've been doing some talking with Lewis, seeming like he wants to get back into climbing and stuff. I haven't actually done it since Christmas, and I've got a bad back. It's been getting worse.
Silly ass must have fucking fell on one of those runs, huh? Didn't learn your lesson when you got your fucking air put out your fucking lungs. And you got a bad back at 18. What the hell?
Lately, don't know why. I need to go to the hospital and have myself checked out. I am not sure where my channel is going to go. I don't know if I'm going to keep doing these videos. I don't know if I'm going to be doing different videos or whether I'm going to stop completely.
But unlike other times when he had gotten down on his channel, this time he wasn't alone, and his friend Lewis was there to have his back, as he pushed Mark to continue his work, even showing up in the comments of this livestream under the name Moral Unknown, where he went as far as to offer up a potential location that they could film their next video in order to get Mark re-inspired. We'll do Buxted Hotel first video back? And sure enough, just days later, the two would arrive at Buxted Hotel to begin filming yet another video.
That's
Hi,
so
guys.
dangerous.
I am with Lewis. Just having a little drink.
This would be their
18?
last on the Displaced channel, as not even 2 months after it was uploaded, both Mark Williams and Lewis Ashdown would vanish without a trace.
Niggas died.
It was
Fell in
the
the
waning
pit.
hours of Saturday, May 29th, 2021. Mark met Lewis at the Maresfield Recreation Ground to have a few drinks and discuss their next potential
And then you're
video.
drinking?
Though once there, it was the drinks that took priority, and very quickly Mark had become intoxicated, leading to him calling his house to tell his aunt, who he had been living with, that he would be heading back now. On the call, his aunt could tell that he was drunk, but Lewis chimed in to assure her not to worry, telling her, "I'll get him home safe," which made his aunt feel slightly better. After all, it was only a short few-minute walk back to the house anyway.
He seen the building he wanted to jump on.
Instead, 12 hours would pass, and Mark still hadn't made it back, while Lewis himself also failed to arrive home. At some point during their short walk back, both boys had disappeared.
Scary.
They were reported as missing the very next morning, and the area they were last in was combed thoroughly, though very little was uncovered. Around them had been large pockets of forest and murky bodies of water, leading to some questioning if perhaps the boys had gotten lost, or even had fallen into the water. Though regardless of the theories, as a full 24 hours passed, many began to fear the worst, until something strange happened. Reports began pouring in from witnesses claiming to have seen Lewis. Some thought they saw him leaving a local pub the morning after he supposedly had gone missing, while others had seen him at a local movie theater, seemingly completely unaware that the
Seen
whole
his
town was
fucking
looking for
ghost.
him. These sightings introduced the possibility that the boys were perhaps runaways, causing several pleas to be made throughout the press, begging them to come back home. But it would be the police who would find Lewis first, tracking him down at his friend named Liam Hansen's house. There, the cops fired off a barrage of questions, as they not only tried to get answers as to where the boys had been, but more importantly now, they needed to know where Mark was. Throughout all the sightings, it was only ever Lewis that had been spotted. And even now, after searching this friend's home, Mark wasn't there either. So where had Mark Williams gone? Well, Lewis himself offered very little, outright refusing to speak on the boy's whereabouts. But his friend Liam wasn't so quiet, as when he was questioned separately, he claimed to know exactly what had happened on the night of May 29th, 2021, the day in which both boys had disappeared. And he knew because Lewis had told him. According to the boys, the night that Lewis and Mark had met at the park, Lewis poured a cocktail for his friend, and then another, and then another, each one stronger than the last, causing Mark to become drunk almost immediately. Realizing he was drinking too much, Mark told Lewis that he had enough, but Lewis persisted, outright demanding that he keep drinking, leading to Mark begging Lewis to let him stop. At one point, Mark's pleas finally caused Lewis to back off, as the boy instead agreed to make him a non-alcoholic drink, only for him to fill the cup with even more liquor when Mark wasn't looking. By 11:30,
stop
Mark
drinking.
could barely stand, prompting him to make that phone call to his aunt, letting her know that he would be back soon. Meanwhile, Lewis had been so preoccupied with getting his friend drunk that he was still fairly sober at this point, and in his sober state, he promised Mark's aunt that he would get him home safe. Seconds after that phone call ended, Mark hunched over to vomit, which is precisely when Lewis pulled a large kitchen knife from his pocket and plunged it directly into Mark's back. Mark stumbled and asked Lewis to call him an ambulance, being unable to comprehend what had just happened, to which Lewis responded by laughing.
They probably did something GAY together. And then he's like, oh, I can't live with this.
Before doing it again and again.
Why would you get this man drunk just to off him? What the heck?
And again. This is what Lewis had told Liam in the days after the alleged attack, but as Liam recounted the story to the police, he made it clear that this wasn't just a tall tale, as he had actually seen it for himself. When Lewis had told him the story, he pulled out his phone and put it up to Liam's face, revealing that he had filmed the entire ordeal. And sure enough, when police searched Lewis's devices, they would find that footage, though it was far worse than they ever could have imagined. On Lewis Ashdown's cell phone were 7 total videos depicting the attack, with the footage spanning nearly an hour in total, during which Mark had been stabbed 107 times, on top of having...
Bro, your arms didn't get tired? Did you... Like 107? Psychopaths.
A number of other sadistic things done to him. And all the while, it was said that Lewis was giggling manically. When asked about what he had seen...
How did he find this nigga again? Said a mate that he trusts. What the fuck?
In those recordings, Liam provided further detail on just how awful the attack was.
A fucking eyeball?
Recounting that...
A fucking eyeball?
Mark's eyes out. Proper psychotic stuff.
What the fuck? Ripping niggas out. You ripping niggas eyeballs out? Yeah. You stabbing this nigga.
The attack was, recounting that he ripped Mark's eyes out. Proper psychotic stuff. I was going into shock. I was shocked how he came out with it. I wanted to run and tell someone.
Why didn't you? Accessory. Because why didn't you tell?
This was clearly not a normal crime. It displayed a level of evil and hatred that goes past human comprehension, and due to its brutality, police assumed that surely something must have happened between these two to breed so much...
Look at his eyeball. He ripped it out. Then you sober getting him messed up.
hatred inside of Lewis, But according to Lewis, this wasn't actually the case. Instead, he stated that he had simply found Mark to be annoying, and that he had been wanting to kill him for some time because of this, and had just been waiting for the right moment. Plus, he always wanted to know what it was like to kill someone.
But most of these loser ass fucking killers say they want to know what it felt like to off somebody. How about they try with? You know what I'm thinking? If you know what I'm thinking, put a brain in the damn comments, chat. Cause I want to say it, but I'm not gonna say it. Why take people with you? That's all I'm saying. Or why do it to somebody else? Just try on yourself. I said it. Fuck. Come on, man. People don't ask for this shit, dog.
That was it. That was his entire motive. Lewis Ashdown would be arrested.
I don't know annoying ass people in my day. Just walk away from him. Step away. It's not worth it.
Arrested the day he was found and later sentenced to life in prison with parole eligibility in 25 years. While Mark's...
In 25 years? That's it? Well, motherfucker got cases for selling a little cocaine or a little weed or a little... Nah. This motherfucker just get roughly 25 years for taking a life? Yeah, something ain't right, dog.
Sentenced to life in prison with parole eligibility in 25 years, while Mark's body was found dumped in a nearby body of water and eventually given a proper burial.
Hi guys, I'm back here with Lewis, and we're going to do the water treatment facility.
He was just running off adrenaline. You know, he got high off adrenaline. Just want to explore. At first, yes, in the beginning, he did annoy me how jumping off the edge and all that stuff. And then he wanted his brother, and his brother quit, but he said, I ain't done. Then he found him a mate that's going to take you. Like, you climbing off building to building and shit. Crazy, you know? Then you got some punk asshole like him going to take your life, not falling off a building, which you just jumping and shit. Sad.
With this context, Mark's channel is utterly devastating. All he wanted was a friend to film videos with. But sure enough, as his mother had warned, he was trusting to a fault.
If you're going exploring at an abandoned pub, yeah, keep your mate with you. Make sure he's someone you can trust, you know, and be careful.
Which brings us to a disturbing revelation. Just months before he would kill Mark, Lewis was the one that encouraged him to get back out there and film with him, and based on his testimony that he had been wanting to kill Mark for a long time, it makes it very clear that he was doing this not to be a good friend, but to get Mark alone in an isolated spot, so that he could carry out his plan. And adding more weight to this theory, when they visited the Buxted Hotel, which Lewis himself had suggested during the livestream, Mark was uncharacteristically drunk.
Hi guys, I am with Lewis. Just having a little drink. Okay, so we'll smash this after we smash these.
Which was never really part of his channel before that upload. And Lewis was uncharacteristically nervous.
We're going to do a couple more bangers. Can't tell you what they are in case anyone's watching that shouldn't be watching. Who's watching? Well, no, I mean watching the videos. Because yeah, I know that the police do watch my channel sometimes.
Paranoid even of being caught by the cops.
And then he's worried about the innocence, you know, of the kids watching him. Damn.
Despite being totally unfazed in previous videos, where in some he was literally being chased by security guards. And coincidentally, by the end of this video, we get an indication as to why Lewis was so nervous. Because he had been carrying a knife. All this leads me to believe that that night, Lewis pushed Mark to film a video in an abandoned location, then got him drunk, and was going to carry through with the murder, before eventually backing out for unknown reasons. And all the while, Mark was completely unaware, never once suspecting that the man he had been filming with had secretly been plotting to kill him, and one day would actually go through with it.
Okay, I'll wrap it up now then, guys. Yep, I'll see ya.
I'm going to try and stay on this side and go across. Well, this should be quite amusing. Enjoy.
Oh, this the third fucking sick ass shit.
Joshua Brown started his YouTube channel back in 2010, a time when many individuals, including himself, used the site to upload
Speaking of this, I be thinking, damn, that little boy bust his ass. I paused at the right part. Damn, little man, you supposed to hold on tight. Something about watching little kids fall and shit just bring joy to me. Because they so bad. It'd be like, oh, just listen. But sometimes I be wondering, like, damn, some of these pranksters and shit like that walk up to people and do pranks and doing pranks in the hood and shit like that. Damn, like, just if they're gonna take it too far just to get that fresh content, because they tried everything in the books, so they trying to do something new, something, you know, and then just take it to that next level. What would they become? Just giving YouTubers bad fucking names. Just leave that shit to the game.
Random videos offering momentary glimpses into their lives. Joshua was in his mid-30s at the time and had recently finished serving in the Navy, before eventually settling down in Canton, Ohio, where he focused on his many passions. He loved driving, he loved technology, and he loved a little bit of danger.
That is fucking scary, nigga. This nigga's on the air, dog. What the fuck? That's like what the fuck I see when I'm on a fucking plane. So got enough strength to fuck his phone up like, hey, nigga, get the damn on the ground. Get on the ground.
And soon he became infatuated with a product that was essentially the sum of all three.
A car? A Tesla? Is that a Tesla? Yeah, because they ain't got no fucking
For Joshua,
handles.
these electric vehicles were a technological marvel and the future of the automotive industry, and he dreamed of one day having one. With that dream eventually coming true in 2015, when he would purchase his very own Tesla Model S, that would eventually become his life and his YouTube channel's primary focus.
Good for you.
He began uploading videos of his new car immediately, but rather than these focusing on the vehicle itself, it was its most controversial feature that interested him the most.
Self-driving.
Autopilot.
Yeah.
The feature had become available for Tesla drivers in October of 2015, which is exactly when Joshua purchased.
That's when I got my fucking car. You mean to tell me I could have got a fucking Tesla, nigga? I could have got a fucking Tesla. I thought Tesla just came out in like 2020. Nigga. But I'm not really into cars and shit like that, so I didn't know what I just wanted something to get me from A to Z, nigga, where I need to go.
And began uploading these videos showcasing its possibilities.
You're gonna do something stupid.
It takes all the stress.
This nigga got a fucking phone directions and then the car directions. You're not even using the car right. You got this big fucking screen, chat. You would dig it. You got this big. Let me pull it up. Can I pull it over here? Because my camera, I'll move my camera. How do I move my camera? All right. You got this big ass right here. Big ass screen here. And then that phone for directions. How much directions do you need, nigga? Damn. The fuck? That big old screen. Tell you exactly where the fuck to go. And then you got the thing right here telling you the directions too. So this is one kind of direction you could look at, and then this is another view, right? Then he got this. Like, this nigga, this a lost ass nigga. He trying to make sure his ass don't be lost, huh? What the fuck? I just need to triple check. Head ass. Crazy.
Get to your destination slightly slower, but hey, at least now you don't have to worry about anything. It's just let it go.
He wanted to essentially be a pioneer, providing an overview of what self-driving was really all about, breaking down the specifics and showcasing a variety of unique situations that you might find yourself in if you were to use this driving mode yourself.
This section in here is going to be very, very difficult for the car to handle.
This is why I don't like driving at night. Cause that be annoying going down, especially thank God I have the experience of driving cross country in that night, nigga, when you tired, especially when you ain't supposed to be the fucking driver. Y'all have those designated drivers. Get the damn driving. But no, they want to pull Honey to the front because both of these motherfuckers tired. So go ahead, you got your license, Honey, drive. I'm like, I'm fucking tired too, nigga. But I want to get to where we're going. So that damn adrenaline in me, just like, and I'm just super aware. You know what I'm saying? I be so fucking tired too, nigga. But I never pulled over to go to sleep and shit like that. But the one time I had to, we got a hotel because I'm like, ugh. And plus it was some shit there. Of course, that's a story for another day, but damn.
We're filming this just so that you can see scenarios where the car does not do well.
Talking to me, baby? Really? I'm recording, baby. Nasty. Wow.
So that you've got something to judge off of it when you're driving on your own.
And he tried to make a point of doing so safely, as he never used the camera behind the wheel, and always had someone helping him to avoid any accidents. But despite his focus on safety, it was clear that he was pushing the capabilities.
Stop. Oh, I meant to put another one in there. I knew you would do that. I knew you would. Oh, let me not pop my ass. No, let me cut off the camera. They gonna see my baby body. See my baby. All right, let me stop.
This brand new technology, as at this point it was still in its infancy, with one of the more glaring red flags being the placement of his hands.
Here we are, stop and go traffic on 271, and geez, car's doing it all itself.
When Joshua was shown driving, he hardly ever had his hands on the wheel, as he said he wanted to get the true experience of self-driving. This was something that Tesla had actually adamantly advised against, and even had visual and audible warnings if it detected that your hands were off the steering wheel. But Joshua seemed to find a workaround, as he instead used his legs to avoid tripping the sensor, while keeping his hands close by, ready to grab the wheel in case of an emergency.
How I actually do it is so that it is really actually hands-free.
Yo, what is up? How you been?
Because the tack works pretty good, but I can still get my foot down to it.
Just reacting to some videos. What's up?
It was clear that Joshua truly
Instead of going like
the car that was driving him was safe. And this
nigga, instead of going like this, having your hands, this shit is gonna hurt. Even if you sitting like this. Like I said, I drove 8 hours there, had a service, 8 hours back. 19 hours driving. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's not hard to have your hands on the bottom of the wheel like this. That's what I be doing when I'm driving out of town. Instead of 10 and 2, I almost get tired of shit. So I bring it down here. If I need to, you know, my hands are ready. I'm ready. Oh. I exaggerated a little bit, but you know.
Belief was only strengthened on April
5th. It's about to happen. Is she probably gonna crash the damn Tesla and it's gonna be like a mess? Cause I'm like, is this the story of that one guy? Look, is this upside down? Oh no, I thought this was a flipped car. Can you see this? I don't know why I thought this car was flipped, but yeah, this was in 2000. Yes, 2005 or 2015. I think it said it was 2015. I don't remember, because I'm like, I got my car in 2015 and it wasn't a fucking Tesla. I'm like, damn, and I probably could have got a Tesla because my car was fucking $20,000. What's it? Let me see. How much was a Tesla? Let me look it up quick. How you fucking spell Tesla? Oh, there you go. 2025? I'm at 2015. Why I keep saying 2025? How much was it in 20? Yep. Let's see. 71,000? Maybe not. What the fuck? Is that wrong? Yeah, it was a lot of money. Oh yeah, because it was newer. So now around this time, they probably like some 20. Let's see how much is a Tesla now. The Model 3, 42,000, yeah. So it went from 70,000. So I'm sorry. If I bought a car for 70,000, 8,000, or what? Now 70,000 or 80,000, I'm not about to let that shit drive by itself. Like, I had my car since 2015, and I have yet to use the sport mode. Once the dealer told me, he was like, yeah, they got a sport mode, and then it's economy mode. Because I asked him, like, what's these buttons? I was all up in there. I'm like, hey, I'm buying this shit. You better, and I grabbed him by the neck. I said, you better tell me what all this shit mean right here. And I'm moving his head up and down. Like, I'm just like, I ain't doing all that shit. But I'm like, you better tell me what the fuck this shit is. He said, oh, you have a booklet. I'm like, I forgot their job is just to sell you some shit. They don't be knowing about this stuff for real. Because I remember when I was really looking for, when I first was going for the search to find my new car, the one guy, it's so annoying. I hate when people try to tell you like different little features you already know about. And you even tell them like, oh, I know this, but you want to constantly tell me. I'm like, no, I did my research, nigga. You know, he kept trying to, oh, and these windows is this. I'm like, man, this right here. And I did this because it was one of the windows you got to roll up. I said, you know, this right here is why I'm not getting this car. Because what if I got to get something real quick? I got to go. He said, yeah, but nobody. I'm like, bro, I gotta be comfortable in this car, and now I'm not comfortable doing that shit. Windows wasn't even automatic. I said, get out of here, bro. All right, but yeah, have a good. He said, anytime, sleep well. Who going to bed? I'm about to bite them. I'm playing. But oh no, I'm not paying that much money for me to let the car drive by itself. I don't trust it. I know it's technology, but I don't trust it.
That day, Joshua had been driving his car on the interstate when a large...
How long you usually go live for? 2 hours. So every Thursday... Good question. Thank you. That's a good question. So Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays from 8 p.m. to like probably 10 p.m. This is a longer stream because next week I'm not going to be streaming because I'm going to be on vacation. I'm not trying to say it because I don't know who's watching this stuff. You know what I'm saying? But you're not supposed to tell people when you go on vacation. You're supposed to tell them after you go on vacation. But y'all my community, so I got to tell y'all, let y'all know, you know? But yeah. Yeah, and I'm very secretive too, so. But it's good, you know? But, all right, let's get back into this video. I appreciate y'all that came through. Thank y'all so much.
Large truck suddenly merged.
I usually react to some videos because I'm trying to be really consistent with posting content and stuff. So I have a clips channel and I'll be posting my stream and stuff on that channel. And then I'll go play some games. But I haven't been playing games because I'm so addicted to these freaking videos. Because I used to like watching movies like crazy. But as of lately, like when I used to stream back in the day, at the end of my stream, I would watch like, what is that called? The scary stories. You know, short, scary stories. But that I used to fall asleep on stream, man. I'm getting too old. I used to, because I'll game and everything. And then at the end, when I'm about to get off, I'll watch it. So now I'm just watching it in the beginning. And then I'll get into the game. But lately, I just been, okay, I'm too tired. I can't game. Yes, falling asleep, bro. Yes. Like I used to have mods have to call me and I wake up like, what? And I go back. I wish I would have saved, like, it was embarrassing, but because that's content now. Like people farm for shit like that. But I had the content, you know, I just was too shy to put it out there. I just deleted it. But yeah, I used to be like this, whole ass like this. Like once I started sitting back here like this, and then, you know, you could lock the seat. This one is so long. Then you could put it back here. I used to be just caught like this, watching it. Wake up to my phone, go on, I'm looking like, huh? Oh, okay. Peace in the month. And then I'll end the stream. I'm getting older, man. Dang. But I do what y'all love for sure. Don't let age stop y'all from doing what y'all, because if you feel like, oh, I'm too old to do this, that's a lie. You're only as old as you feel.
Into his lane, with its driver not even seeing his car. And
But
before
yeah,
Joshua
Chris
could even
boy.
react, the autopilot kicked in and veered out of the way, avoiding what would have been a certain collision.
Yeah, and then like these trucks on the highway, ooh, they really annoy me. They really annoy me, especially when you see them on their phone or if they're driving right at the side of you. Because I'm like, dang, I'm gonna need a maneuver. And then a lot of times I can't see the sign. So I try not to be behind trucks and stuff on the freeway, because a lot of time my exit come up and I don't know, because a lot of times these, you know, when the lines are solid like this, you're not supposed to cross them, but people just be crossing this shit, bro. But yeah,
truck suddenly merged into his lane, with its driver not even seeing his car.
Yeah, he
And before
probably was on the
Joshua could even
phone.
react, the autopilot kicked in and veered out of.
That's a cutoff. That's what you call a cutoff. He definitely cut that nigga off, bro. Do you drive, Chris? I be feeling like in school, because like that's embedded in me, like icebreaker, but I know how shy people be. But yeah, welcome to the stream.
The way, avoiding what would have been a certain collision. Amazed by the event, Joshua would upload dashcam footage of the close call to his YouTube channel, where he praised the vehicle's response.
I definitely would have honked on my horn.
Excellent job, Elon. This video would immediately go viral, exploding.
Yo, let's see if that's. I kind of don't want to give him a view, but I kind of do want to see if this video is look. Let's see, because I want to see what that video is about. Cause you know, on these shows, they don't be showing you everything. What's this man named? Joshua. Wait, JOS. Let me do autopilot. He knew how to fucking what's that called? He knew how to title his chat. His shit. Yo, y'all wanna see the video? That shit is wait. Oh, this must be a new video because I'm like, wait, it's still like 3.7 views? Y'all wanna watch it? Y'all wanna watch it? Oh, huh? Yeah, 8 years ago. See, I like to go to people's page, and I used to go like this, and I see they oldest video 14 years ago. Oh, he's the one with the kid. I might go through and watch these videos, chat. What do y'all think? What? And he did it 2 times, and it's only 41 seconds. I'm gonna watch these videos. Not all of them. 3.7 million. All right, I'm trying to see if he had any other channels. 2010. Yeah, I be all up in people business. I'm just a researcher, you know. All right, let's watch this video real quick. Is it this one? No, it's this one. I like it. It's coming up. Oh, there he go. And wait, oh shit. He came, I think he came all the way from the 3rd lane, nigga. That's how he came into this one and kept going. Did he? Yeah, he came from off the ramp. Just annoying, just trying to get over there. Oh, he did lay on that horn. And then look at him looking back. Yeah, that was your fault, fool. Just so he could get off. Oh, that right there just enrages me because that happens all the time. But that's why you gotta always, when I see that it's the exit coming up, I just get if I'm not getting off a little soon, I stay my ass all the way to the left. That's crazy. Just so he could get off. So he came all the way from the left. He could have, I'm sure he could have went behind him too. But a lot of times too, because this is a company truck probably. He probably is just hating on that Tesla. That's 2016. Like, people really be doing dumb shit. Like I seen a video some years ago, and it would show people keying a Tesla, people hitting their door into the Teslas. Like, people really some hating motherfuckers. Like, that video was disgusting because you know why? I get fucking mad because when I find new scratches on my car. Mind you, I had a brand new fucking car. When my car was new, it's like I got so many random scratches. I'm like, I was mad because I'm like, I should have did the scratches on my shit. How people doing the scratches? Like, I used to get so fucking mad. Now it got so many scratches and shit on there. I'm just like, whatever. But I'm like, I be thinking like hating hoes just be, you know. And then I got crazy tinted windows, so they probably like, this damn drug dealer, or this damn young boy. No, because I know I be laughing when I get out my car and there's like expressions on people's face like, a woman? Huh? Like, shit, we got like nice shit on our cars too. 1 second. Plus there was a fucking birthday gift, hater. Because I was doing DoorDash and shit at night and doing Uber at night. And my sister wanted to give me a gift to be safe because she was like, yo, since I've been having tint on my windows, I haven't been having people be weird and shit because they don't know how many people in your shit. I'm like, I like that, sister. Yep. But damn. Gotta go to sleep, but I'll be lurking. Lovely stream. You a funny streamer. I appreciate you. Let's go. I really do appreciate when y'all tell me this stuff. Like, it do means a lot because I do get that. And I be like, they just saying it to be nice. So I do appreciate you. Welcome to the community. Thank you so much for coming through. You have an amazing night. Sleep well. Thank you so much. Yeah, that was wild. Yeah, that was crazy. He should have just waited.
4 million views between the two versions that Joshua had posted.
Thank you so
While
much.
the response to this video was overwhelming,
Thank you so much, Chris.
especially for a channel that was accustomed to getting just a few hundred views. There was one response in particular that impacted Joshua the most. As Tesla's owner, Elon Musk, would repost the video on Twitter. Stunned by the tweet, Joshua would later state, "For something to catch Elon Musk's eye, I can die and go to heaven now."
What the fuck do that mean? That's why you can't be idolizing these people, man. What do you mean by this line right here? And that was a grown man saying that. I see like teenager, you know, their brain still developing and stuff. That's a grown man saying this. But I guess I'm probably going too deep into it. But I wouldn't say no shit like that. Like, yeah, you'd be happy. Like, I'd be happy as fuck. Beyonce or Kendrick Lamar, somebody acknowledge one of my tweets and shit, my posts.
Go viral, explode.
But it still enrages me. Like, you got 1.4K, but you got a, $1 million video. Like, stop up. Like, I just get so angry, man. Like, I really legit be wanting to know, like, why you not liking my stuff or why you ain't subbing. But some people, they just want to scroll. They like what they fucking like.
That Joshua had posted. But while the response to this video was overwhelming, especially for a channel that was accustomed to getting just a few hundred views, there was one response in particular
Trying to see the
that
tweet.
impacted Joshua the most.
Yeah, I know that helped his stuff go all the way up. That's crazy.
As Tesla's owner, Elon Musk, would repost the video on Twitter. Stunned by the tweet, Joshua would later state, "For something to catch Elon Musk's eye, I can die and go to heaven now." He had no way of knowing then, but this would not be the last time that Elon Musk would tweet about him, though his next feature would be under much different circumstances.
Damn. So that's in June. When did this happen? I think this happened May. For a month later.
Viral, exploding to over 4 million views between the two versions that Joshua had posted. Now, he had no way of knowing then,
A month
but this would not be the last time that Elon Musk would tweet about him.
Hey, I'm glad I didn't get that down, Tezzy.
Be under much different circumstances.
Like I heard, like, what's that guy name that do reviews on phones and cars and stuff? Damn, I'm so mad I don't know his name, but he's a really good tech guy. He's been doing it for years. And he was like how the Tesla, like, the technology in there is so bad, but people pay so much money. Oh my God. Damn. GG's, not GG's, but fuck.
It happened just one
Rest
month
in
after
peace.
Joshua Brown's video had gone viral. He was driving on Highway 27 on a clear sunny day at approximately 4 p.m. With open road ahead, Joshua turned on
This is another road that scares me because you don't know what's past this horizon.
his trusted autopilot, and it stayed in autopilot mode for over half an hour, as at this point his trust in the car was higher than ever, causing Joshua to seemingly lose focus on the road, as he was quickly coming up on an intersection where a massive 18-wheeler had been turning left, blocking Joshua's entire lane. Joshua was seemingly so unfocused that he didn't even notice it. Even stranger, the car itself didn't detect this either, despite the entire trailer being horizontal in their lane. This was due to its pure white body, as the sun was shining so brightly against it that, for whatever reason, it became invisible to the self-driving AI. And with neither Joshua nor the car registering the danger that they were in, the vehicle would strike the trailer, going 74 miles per hour. There were no attempts by Joshua to even move the steering wheel, and the brakes hadn't so much as been tapped. The collision happened at full speed, and it happened so fast that the car drove straight through underneath, shearing the entire top of the vehicle off, and continuing
Rest in peace to him. Look, the driver sits here, y'all. That's still sitting up. They said he went completely under the truck. Jesus Christ. Peeled that shit back. It's a nice car. Jesus. Rest in peace, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. And why was that truck horizontal? I guess it's one of those roads where
And the brakes.
a lot of times on a freaking highway, it's just nothing but highway and shit. They'll have like some side freaking I don't know what they call it. Side highways. I forgot what they call that shit. Because I would be driving straight and I always look ahead and I always look behind me too. So just in case somebody up ahead of me driving stupid or somebody behind me just gaining on my ass, I try to, like, do I need to get up to the side of the road? Like, but damn, that shit must have been coming around to cross. Probably went slow and they didn't see it. And bang. Oh, God, man. I don't like seeing these accidents. Man.
Hadn't so much as been tapped. The collision happened at full speed. And it happened so fast that the car drove straight.
Look at the truck. Look at the fucking truck. That's why it was a video on my timeline when a police car, he was going 140 miles to catch this, I'm about to say assailant. I guess that's the not victim. Damn criminal shit. And then the police had to hit the side of this, but that's why they have that, I forgot what they called it. But they have this, it's like a big old sheet here. And it's just as tough as this up here, down here. So if they hit it, they're not going to go under. Because so many people, like they said, passed away by going under the truck. Damn.
Through underneath, shearing the entire top of the vehicle
It's this shit.
and continuing driving full speed down the road before it would eventually crash to a halt. When the driver of the truck rushed over to see the damage, Joshua Brown was already dead, and the truck driver could hear nothing but the sound of Harry Potter.
You can own it on DVD and video. The adventure is bigger. The magic is stronger.
He was watching a movie. And that's like what they say. Like, it's true. I've been in a lot of accidents. Not my fault, thank God. Knock on wood, wherever the wood is, And yeah, when you're in an accident, whatever's on that radio or whatever's on that CD or whatever you're listening to, it do play on repeat. I don't know how it goes now, which I don't want to find out. I don't want to be no accident, thank God. It just keep repeating. It just keep playing because it's like stuck. That's weird. And they'll just play.
Discovered in Joshua Brown's car was a DVD player, which many believe Joshua had used to watch Harry Potter while on that.
And this night down, damn, they want to blame it on him watching the damn show. That's what they make it for.
Drive, thus explaining why he never reacted to the impending collision. Now, this is something that has been disputed by.
But then again, too, look, y'all want to advertise this $70,000 car to drive it motherfucking self, and the visible driver, head ass man. I'm behind the wheel. I'm not in the next seat. I'm behind the wheel. If I want to see the little movie, I don't care. Even if I had a car like that, I'm gonna have a driver. I don't trust technology that much. As you can see, I don't trust, and that was 2016. That was a few years ago. But damn, whoa, that was a few years ago. But
his family, and ultimately, it doesn't seem to have been fully proven or disproven. But in the end,
I remember hearing about this because they was trying to say that the driver was asleep watching a movie. So I'm like, make it make sense. Either he was asleep or he was watching a damn movie, nigga. It's like when you watching movies and you on a road trip and you watching a movie, you won't fall asleep. He's behind the wheel. That shit don't vibrate or like, alert. Like, what the fuck?
the fault of the accident was placed mainly on the driver of the truck, who had made that left turn.
Yeah. Cause you this big old 18-wheeler and you gonna try to go. Damn, he drove right through that mug. Jesus. Yeah, he was supposed to wait. You this big, you're supposed to wait till all these cars are clear.
And Joshua Brown, who had failed to pay attention to the road, as it was revealed that during his 37-minute drive, he only had his hands on the wheel for just 25 total seconds.
So
Joshua
they went
Brown-
through to just trying to, they just try to cover their ass. They don't fucking care. That's what people need to know. Like, these companies don't care. They just care about the what? Cash money. That's like at jobs. I tell y'all, when I go for orientation, they be trying, we're a family, all that. I get that out my ears. Like, I mentally plug my ears when I hear that. We're not a family. Y'all not my people. Y'all was not raised with me. Y'all was not born with me, okay? Y'all not no part of me. No, we're not a family, because they try to mentally mess with your mind. So you be like, okay, damn, I want to call up, but I feel bad. No, don't call off. Spend time with your actual family, not your pretend family that takes up all your time. But yeah, that's just what I gotta say.
25 total seconds.
Yeah.
Joshua Brown always wanted to be part of the innovation of Tesla's autopilot, and in doing so, he wrote himself into the history books as being the first person to ever perish in a self-driving accident. And while this is no doubt a tragedy, his death has led to numerous safety improvements and a better understanding of the self-driving technology that he had given his life to study.
Yeah, leave that shit to the scientists, nigga. The crash dummies.
I just wanted to hop on here at the end and give a quick shout out to my friend's new podcast called Redacted Declassified Mysteries with Luke LaManna. A lot of you probably already know who Luke is. But
Good for you, dude. But I said boo, dude. But yeah, these were some crazy stories. The guy going there and shooting up the LA Fitness, the guy killing his not friend, but damn, to the Tesla getting him. Like, these were some tragedies. Y'all just be safe out there. I mean, tell the people you love them. It's not being like, oh, they ain't say it to me first, so I ain't gonna read it. No, say it now, right now. Baby, I love you. Yeah, I said it. It's not hard. But make sure you comment, and subscribe. Have them post notification bells on. That being said, what? Peace. And I'm off. Get out of... Yeah.